Oh, I don't know how we got here, but we somehow made it, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Obviously, I had to take a little bit of time off after yesterday's run. This is recorded the day of that run coming out. So I've not actually tallied the like streaks yet, but I assume the video is going to go crazy just because of I put a little bit extra marketing into it, obviously. And boy, it did not disappoint. So thank you all very much who supported that video and also talked about it, and we're showing anticipation and hype on Discord and on the YouTube feed. I really appreciate it. Here's your picture of the day, submitted here on the Sinvicta subreddit by Swollen CU. Title of the thread was "Dead God Unlocked." ... Thanks to my wife. Dude, I love the shading on this Isaac here. That looks amazing. It doesn't even look like a rug. It looks like you just took a sprite and then just blew it up in Photoshop. So really accurate, awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Swollen CU, for allowing us to share in that memory. And congrats on your dead god, I guess. Oh boy, it's been a few days since I played Isaac. Mike 0 Sierra Foxtrot 9 Sierra Romeo 2. Yeah, that was one of those. We're starting with Tropicamide, the D-Twanky, by the way. But obviously after a very, I mean, very doesn't even describe it that well. An extremely stressful experience there with the challenge of all challenges so far. And that's the thing that worries me, is that that's not even the hardest challenge that exists on the handicap for the randomizer. So it's, whenever I get those type of runs, I've got to take a break. It's just too much to process. You talk about giving it your all and 110% and all that stuff. That's exactly that's what we're talking about in sports, man. Like, got to dig deep, and you got to find a way. But with that run behind us now, hopefully that showed you it was again, I'm going to be honest, I'm recording this the morning of that video coming out. So it's not actually released yet at the time of this recording, but hopefully it's a great demonstration of like, it's not a Care Bear system in there. Some of those handicaps that Bryn Mawr's come up with are absolutely brutal. And yesterday's video expertly displayed that. Okay, we got a reverse judgment card. That's what I was pretty much the only thing that I was hoping it would be. We got a Tin and Rock over Meow. And I will take the bomb. I will not take the Bone Heart, nor will I take the Soul Heart yet. And the reason being is because I don't want to put an empty Bone Heart in front of Isaac, because we have no way of protecting it right now. Wow. Okay. So on top of this, we also have the Sacrum Shuffle that we could do. So, and this movement, if your movement speed is anything less than 1, even 0.99, you get caught once on a corner, you're just gonna get tagged by Blighted Ovum. Oh boy, it's just super awesome. So great. Justice. I mean, we have an opportunity here to roll with the D-Twanky. Lover's card too. Man, oh man, there's so many hearts. We absolutely have enough red hearts to make this happen here. Let's go back. Definitely want to get the Bone Heart. So what my original plan, what I was going to do, I was going to take the Soul Heart and then take the Bone Heart. But because now we have this very clear and obvious play that we should be doing in the Sacrum, the Sacrum Shuffle, we're going to do this first. Now we have that Joker card, obviously, but I'm going to assume that that's probably, I'm going to wait on that. Mainly being is because we can use it on floor 3. We could force a Devil Deal here, obviously on floor 1, with the Joker card, but that's beside the point. I don't want to do that. I do want bombs though, and as much as I would love to use the D-Twanky in there and just full send it, I think it's better off that we use the Ace of Clubs here. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that Joker card. It slid into a horrible spot. I don't want to use the Ace of Clubs yet either, because we do need bombs. But But I don't want to use it in this room because those, excuse me, those half hearts that you see there are good enough for one full tap with a bone heart. That's the only time that they're worth one full tap on a sack room. Cute game. It's very cute. Okay, so let's go. Let's start doing the sack room shuffle here. Another, and this is a little bit of a greed play, no pun intended, but another reason why I wanted to do this instead and not run the D20 in the boss room is because there's a chance that if this gives us 30 coins, that is 30, at least 30 items, make it 31 items on the ground that we can roll with the D20, and that is going to be worth way more than 30 cents. So we're actually kind of hoping that we get a 30-cent payout here. That would be ideal. I know there's a lot of back and forth and going on here, but trust me, as you're about to see and have been seeing the last couple of taps, these half hearts are super important. It's so much value baked into just a simple half heart because it doesn't take away the bone heart. I mean, it's perfect. But we're going to reach a critical junction soon here, and we have to decide whether or not we want to sacrifice the bone heart for these double hearts so we don't lose any of the value there. Because we basically cut the value of those double hearts in half. Because if we elect to keep the bone heart, there's no way to use the other red hearts behind the bone heart before the sacrifice room will destroy it. So we don't necessarily want to cut off the bone heart's usability, but at the same time, sacrifices must be made here. The bone heart got us there. The bone heart did amazingly. So we get Stigmata, which is going to give us a little bit of a damage upgrade, which I will happily take. Oh my god. 3 soul hearts. And I mean, we have to take it because there's no way that we can come back in this room. Ah, you idiot. Why'd you pick that up? All right, so we have a soul heart here. Gonna walk out to despawn the hosts. And with this damage, we should be able to take out Uriel and Gabriel. Well, you know what? I'm not going to fight him because I don't want to. I do not want to. I do not want to use the reverse judgment in that room. So here we go. So we have. I took a couple of coins out there, so we need to go back, go pick them up. The bone heart was a worthy sacrifice. It did so well and gave us so much value out of those half hearts that it did its job, and that's what you want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of the items that we don't care about before we D20, and we're going to dump them off in the sack room and drop them on the floor, and then we're going to roll them with the D20. So all we're doing here is just giving myself more options that we can roll through on the ground, because we don't care about the Magician card, we don't care about the missing page number 2, we don't have Necronomicon or anything like that. So again, we're sinking a lot of time and investment into this play, but this is where the payoff happens. You know, it would have been nice to have gotten the soul hearts, but I think this is going to be better. Yeah, we don't need this Algis rune either. So at the very least, we're going to get 30 cents or so of value. At the very most, we're going to get chests. We're going to get maybe bombs. We're going to get maybe soul hearts, eternal hearts, etc., etc. So let's see if it all pays for it. Yeah, lots of steel chests, lots of keys, a golden chest with nickels in it. Oh man, you love to see a plan come together after all that. Beautiful. So we have way more value now than 30 cents. We're fully stocked on bombs. Got a great amount of keys. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's a far cry from yesterday's video, that's for sure. Yesterday's video is going to haunt me for a very long time. What is there? We get Justice. What was in our item room? Oh yeah, Backstabber, that's right. And also we actually do have another play here. So that black rune is pretty nice because what we can do, and I'm sorry, buddy in a box, buddy, but I mean he is an Eagles fan anyway. We can do this and then void it, and we get a damage upgrade and shot speed. Dude, this was a perfect floor for everything that we had in mind for a plan, and perfectly executed it. Got lucky with a great D20 roll there, but at the end of the day, you know what? That was an amazing plan executed to perfection. All right. Obviously, it's dawn of a new day here. I stayed up for 30 hours yesterday because I needed to reset my sleep schedule. As dumb as that sounds, and it was painful, I needed to, because I was going to bed around like 11 a.m. around there for a while. I'm waking up at like 7 p.m. and I sleep great during the day. But I don't like it because it cuts into my social time, it cuts into my stream time and work time, and there's something, I don't know, after doing that for a while. I mean, I'm a night owl. I like it when it's night. I like it when it's quiet and dark outside. That's my environment, right? But it does something to you mentally, in the sense that it will, I don't know, it after a while it feels like it's a little suffocating, I guess, to just wake up and it's dark outside, or maybe not dark, but dusk outside, and it's, you know, and the whole day is gone. So anyway, I did stay up for 30 hours the other day, and I started getting into old school RuneScape, which has been a surprisingly very enjoyable experience. I had no expectations when I said that I was going to try out RuneScape, because I had never played it. As shocking as that may be to hear, I've never played RuneScape up until this weekend. And this is coming from an old school WoW veteran. I mean, I've been playing World of Warcraft since Technical Alpha. Okay. And I've been playing WoW since Rogue started with shields. Let's put it that way. That should give you an idea of how long I've been playing that game. So I didn't really get into RuneScape because WoW just absorbed my entire life for the better part of a decade and a half. And of course, I owe WoW a lot too. I mean, WoW is the reason why this channel exists. Without WoW, there is no Sinvicta or Lauder. I'm going to go down to the Rotten Heart, but we don't need... Well, actually, you know what? No. I don't want an angel deal. No. We have way too much HP here. That might be a weird thing to hear, but it is true. We need to get rid of some of this HP. We'll happily take Nun's Habit. We'll happily take Charge Baby. We don't really need the Holy card. But what I'm really curious about is going to be this dice room here. And before I get any more sidetracked talking about RuneScape, we're going to last week's question of the episode. Coming in from Old Hispanic Guy, who said, question of the episode, you talk a lot about how orbitals are trash. When did that happen? I remember that you thought they were pretty good very often in the Afterbirth days. So this is the question that I was talking about, I think, yesterday in regards to orbitals. And thank you very much, Old Hispanic Guy, by the way. We can take up, he said. It's fine. The D20 did its part. So to reiterate what I was talking about in yesterday's episode, in case you missed it for whatever reason, if you thought it was just a regular random run day, it's like, oh, it's not Eden. Hey, you need to go back and watch it. It was traumatic. Traumatic for, I think, a lot of people. Oh, that's right. We had that 4 room. Anyway. I'm going to take my Shadow. My Shadow is an actually surprisingly good item. The Judgment card, I'm going to hold off on because we have a chance to roll for Guppy in the Curse room. And then with only having a single item pedestal there, I don't want to burn the Judgment card. The Judgment card is extremely valuable. So there's not really a whole lot of motivation to run it and gun it there. Let's go back and let's re-roll the Guppy, or I guess it's going to be the D20 in the Curse room. Let's see, it does re-roll the shot. This is always a revelation to me. Oh, that's right. We took both premium items. Herp derp. So anyway, to reiterate my point about orbitals, the The thing about what they did in Repentance is they nerfed orbitals to the ground. I mean, to useless levels. And some people, oh wow, we get a free of aim. Some people will disagree with that take. They'll say that it's not useless, and I guess calling it useless, calling orbitals useless is a little disingenuous. But compared to what they were in Afterbirth Plus, they are useless. In my opinion, I want to put a stipulation on that. In my opinion, comparatively speaking, there we go. Comparatively speaking to what they were in Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus, Orbital and Rebirth too, orbitals are useless, comparatively speaking. I do want 9 lives, obviously, because we want the Guppy item. Now that we're 1 away from Guppy, I'm going to burn the Judgment now, because I don't know the next time that we're going to get an opportunity for another Devil Deal. We can take Void. We can take Void for some stat ups. I'm not going to Void Guppy's head though, as much of a good item that is to Void. I got to take the Tears upgrade. Gotta take it. So fantastic Devil Deal. This run is cooking, man. It is cooking. Already a 2 or 3 Guppy. We have Athame. We've got Void. We've got Nun's Habit. Life is good. So back to the question of the day real quick. They nerfed the speed that the orbitals travel. They don't travel faster. Why is that a bad thing? You would think any casual Isaac enjoyer would assume that, well, that's a good thing, right? The orbitals they're going around Isaac faster. There's opportunity for them to come back around and block shots, and which is, I guess, technically true. But if you play the way that I did, which was offensive orbital builds, and it was a very unique, very fun play style, it's a death knell. It is an absolute death knell, because now you have to rotate Isaac twice as fast just to maintain the uptime on whatever target you're going after. And that can be annoying and also dangerous. Remember, you've got to have the movement speed to keep up with the orbital rotation. And it doesn't always work out that, I mean, enemies aren't just going to stand still. They're going to be coming after you. So you've got to really pivot hard with a lot of things. So that was one of the biggest things that they nerfed the speed at which the orbitals travel around Isaac. The second biggest thing is they also nerfed the damage that they do. And again, this is absolutely one of the quintessential "but why though" Repentance moments that I talk about and make fun of the game for. It seemed unnecessarily mean, and also just unnecessary to nerf a lot of things in Repentance. I made my stance on Repentance very clear many years ago, and I still maintain that. I want to see items in general be balanced more in favor of the player. Not to make the game easy, not to make the game Care Bear. Isaac can be as hardcore as you want it. And the beauty about Isaac's design is that you can play it however the hell you want, right? If you want to be ultra Care Bear, hey, go for it. If you want to play ultra hardcore and be the tip top of Isaac ELO or whatever the hell people are talking about now, go for it. It's well within your rights to play your game however you want it to. I'm gonna go ahead and void Pokego, because Pokego is Poke Bad. Get a nickel back here. But it's that kind of philosophy that I've never jived with, of just nerfing things for seemingly no reason, and the orbitals they did provide reasons why they did it. They just felt they were just too strong. I don't know about that. I mean, they look strong when I use them, because obviously I was very experienced at going for offensive orbital play. There was a time in Afterbirth Plus where if you gave me an orbital, like if you gave me a ball of bandages, it's a 1 run. I'm dead serious. I mean, it was that good. But after they nerfed the speed, nerfed the damage, that was it. I mean, it was over. So I would like to make another major announcement here. I alluded to this a couple days ago on Discord. I alluded to this. in the announcement tab for those of you who are there. Again, thank you everybody who's joined via, whether you came by with a gifted Twitch sub, a manual resub, a gifted YouTube membership, or even if you're part of the Patreon. Thank you for being there. And I'm very happy and excited to announce that very, very soon, as in within this week, I'm going to be adding a tier, not a tier, I'm going to be adding perks to the $5 tier for the Patreon. So, for those of you who don't know, you gain access to the Discord with the $5 or up tier on my Patreon, patreon.com/Sinvicta. And there hasn't really been any updates to the Patreon in a very long time, which shows the dedication of everybody that I read. You know, you hear those names at the end of the video. Those are the Patreon shout-outs. The $1 tier gets you a shout-out eventually during the month at the end of an Isaac episode. People love that, and I'm really happy that people still enjoy that as well. They get a lot of sentimental value out of hearing their name in one of these videos officially. And other than that, though, there hasn't really been a whole lot of movement on the Patreon. We don't grow. We lose a couple people here and there. They feel that you know, for whatever reason, right? So I wanted to add something that would give enhanced value to the Patreon, but also try to incentivize people to sign up and get the Patreon moving again. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to modify just the $5 tier, but this does also get inherited by higher tiers as well. The hidden $25 tier, which if you sign up for that, you get a guaranteed Sinvicta keychain, and then every month we roll amongst the $25 and up members of the Patreon. And one of those people who have not already received one will get a limited edition exclusive golden keychain, which is signed by me. It's meant to be as a collector item. So there's some good incentives there, and the longer that you stay at the $25 tier, the higher the chances that you get the keychain, because we've eliminated some, and also you get another slice added to the wheel that I spin for every month that you stay at that tier. So you're pretty much guaranteed to win at some point. So, now that I've said all that, and we got Guppy! No reason for us not to use the Guppy's Paw there, just because we have that Eternal Heart, and oh my Gertie. We don't need either one of these. We already have Spectral Tears, and we could use some movement speed for Lord of the Pit, but boy howdy, we're smoking. So the change to the $5 tier, it's going to have everything it has still. It has the included Discord access, yada, yada, yada. But now the $5 tiers, if you sign up for it, and you can only do this, you can do this for 1 month if you want. You don't have to keep it up if you don't want to. But I'm going to be adding closed beta access for testing and bugs and feedback and that sort of stuff for the Sinvicta Randomizer app. So, on top of this, on top of the added benefit of you get to be a beta tester for the Randomizer app. It's only browser only for now. But when we do eventually release it for mobile apps, if we get all the approvals and all that stuff done, you will not have to pay for it. It is a lifetime membership, even though there's no subscription model or anything. But if you sign up for the $5 tier, you get access to the Isaac Randomizer app beta, and on top of that, when it does eventually come out for mobile, you will not have to pay for it. We're going to have a system in place that allows you to sign in and then get granted access whenever you download the app. Let's say if you download it on the iStore on the Apple iStore, for example, you sign in with your account and you automatically be able to be approved for it, or we can work with keys or something like that. I don't know the technical limitations behind that, but we'll figure it out. Even if we can't figure it out and you have to buy it on the Apple iStore, I'll personally refund it to you, because it's going to be $3. So, but I just want everybody to know that on top of being able to test it early, you also gain access, total access forever, to the Randomizer app when it comes out on mobile clients. So that's my other big announcement for today. I think that people are going to be excited about that. I have no clue when the randomizer app's going to be released to the public. I want to do a solid round of beta testing and bug reports and feedbacks. There's Bryn Mawr did a fantastic job. He's already added a feedback and report bugs form that people can fill out. So yeah. And as far as the beta test goes, there's not going to be a hard NDA or anything like that. We'll go off of the honor system because I trust people. And yeah, that's how we're looking. Get another tears up here from Void. And another greed fight. So anyway, very big announcements. It's an announcement heavy episode today, and I'm glad that we get a bit of respite after yesterday's hell that I went through. It seems to be the case whenever we have an extremely difficult run or just a brutal crawl run. We get a little bit of a breather on the next day. Or maybe it's just my perception of that it's a breather just because yesterday's run was so difficult that I would take any halfway decent run. I'm going to hurt myself twice because that's better than getting a range upgrade here. This is the benefit of Nun's Habit, being able to charge up your active item every time you take damage. And we turned it to a shot speed upgrade and luck upgrade. We got our luck upgrade anyway. I went to bed at 5. No, not 5. Sorry. Went to bed at 10:45 and I woke up at 5:15. About 6.5 hours today. Usually when I get that tired, I normally don't sleep that well, which sounds weird. But I think it's because your body gets overtired after a while and is just starving for rest and recuperation. That when you get the bare minimum, you're up, you're done. Which I'm down with. I mean, I don't particularly. I like sleeping, but I don't like the war that I have to go through every single day trying to get to sleep. And it's challenging. I don't know if anybody out there suffers from severe insomnia or just sleep problems in general. But those days where you're trying to go to sleep and your body just won't let you. You're tired, but you're restless. Maybe your back's hurting or whatever, and it can be torturous. It really can be a mental challenge for you to overcome. And the way that I've been combating that, if I do have those restless nights where I'm just laying down and I'm just tossing and turning, can't get comfortable. I've been combating that by having a YouTube video. Having a YouTube video going, that helps a lot. I just put on any random playlist that I have on YouTube and then just let it go. It's not like I pay attention to what they're saying anyway. It's just the noise. So if you're experiencing that kind of stuff, then use that tip to help you out. And I slept. I don't remember falling asleep because I just passed the heck out, man. I was done. I was absolutely done dizzle. And I wanna play RuneScape. Get Queen of Hearts in here. Would have been a nice time for the D20. Yep. So we're about to get a whole lot of money and a whole lot of taps here on the Demon Judgment. Try not to waste the hearts here by overloading our HP. We got bounced into one there. Okay, trinkets, you're gonna have to get out of the way because I'm not doing this rigmarole every single time. Perthrow, okay. So the Perthrow rune we can use for the Devil Deal or in here. Looks like we're going to be using it in here. No! going to use the Perthro rune. I'm going to get greedy here. So we now have a four item pedestal reroll coming up out of nowhere. This is Value Town Central right here. Here we go. I am going to take Blood Bag for the movement speed upgrade, and I do actually want to have an HP upgrade here. And oh my god. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Holy. That ended up costing us 1 cent, by the way, at the end of the day. We entered that room with 73 cents. We left with 72 cents. And oh my goodness. This is getting out of hand now. We're gonna be able to put some money back here because we have nothing else to spend it on. I don't remember if we didn't get teleported to the Devil Deal, I don't think. This floor. We get the Hierophant card, man. When you're on fire, you're on fire. It's feast or famine lately in Repentance Plus. Today we are feasting. We even get another Demon Judgment here. This is why I wanted the third HP just in case, and we'll avoid that. We get another shot speed and luck upgrade. It's great. Yeah. So that was the damage of just a couple flies, thanks to Polyphemus. Gonna take the negative for damage boost. Wow, even get Eye of Belial, dude. Eye of Belial is going to absolutely smoke everything. Watch the in celebration of the 50th anniversary. I didn't notice it until yesterday. Those of you who have Netflix, Jaws is on Netflix currently, and man, I watched that all the way through again for probably at least maybe the 100th time. I don't know. I mean, it's an exaggeration a little bit, but only a little bit. I have no idea how many times I've seen that movie. It is the perfect movie. I think that honestly Jaws might be the greatest of all time. I mean, it's just that good. Every aspect about it is brilliant. And for it to be Spielberg's first ever movie ever, like major motion picture ever, it's like, good lord. Imagine being the director of Jaws and having that be your first and only movie you ever made. So if you haven't seen the original Jaws, if you've been living under a rock or you're just too young to know what Jaws is, if you want what some would widely consider the greatest of all time ever. I mean, it defined what a summer blockbuster is. It is the perfect movie. Even better than Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park. Again, it's another Spielberg joint, obviously. You know, so Steven Spielberg is it's incredible what he does with stories. And as much as I love Jurassic Park, Jaws takes the cake. After watching it again, I hadn't seen it all the way through without just pausing or whatever or getting distracted in quite a while. I can definitively say that I think that it is the best movie of all time. It's got elements of a little bit of sci-fi-y stuff, which is what I like, obviously. It's got a little bit of a kaiju vibe because you don't know what the monster is, but you don't really ever get to see him until midway through the movie. And the timing and pacing of everything, you know, it feels like a monster movie, which is obviously another huge appeal for me, given that I'm such a huge Godzilla fan. and it is perfect. Everything is perfect about it. There's just there's some minor editing mistakes and dubbing mistakes and stuff. No movie's perfect. You know, there's gonna be. Let's redefine a little bit of the expectation of the word perfect, but you know what I mean, though. It is the quintessential movie. No pun intended there, Quint. Yeah, that doesn't count as art. Somehow that doesn't count as art. I don't know why. I didn't even acknowledge, by the way, that there was the spin down dice in the secret room on floor 5, I think. But I'm not too concerned with that. I'd rather have Void for the stat help. At the time, I valued stats more than re-rolling a single item pedestal inside of a secret room. I just want to clarify that's the reason why I did not even talk about or take a look at spin down. Yeah, those Athame beams are just going to be absolutely destroying everything, and we've gone every wrong way we could have gone. But you know, if you haven't seen Jaws, the original Jaws, now's your chance. If you have a Netflix account, they're doing it for the 50th anniversary of the movie, and you know, as everyone knows, I'm not a huge movie guy. I'm a big movie guy in the niche genres that I like for movies. But Jaws gets an 11 out of 10. Like, Jaws is just, you can't compare it. You really can't. It also helped that, you know, growing up in Bermuda, and someone, you know, this might be a surprise to some of you, but I used to want to be a marine biologist. Way back in the day, when I was in Bermuda, I wanted to be a marine biologist. And sharks have always been my favorite animal by far. I love dogs, but sharks take the cake for me. I have always loved sharks. So everything that Jaws does has the makeup of my perfect movie. The sci-fi, the sharks, the marine biology, the monster movie, the kaiju appeal type thing. Like, that's you give me a monster like that, and that's what I love about it. The reason why I love Shin Godzilla as well, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing. People have been asking me if I'm going to see the 4K re-released in IMAX, and the answer is, yeah, hell yeah, brother. Your boy's going to be watching Shin Godzilla, because I didn't see Shin Godzilla in the theater. I never got a chance to here. They did a limited release, and I had no idea that it was even out. So, yeah, I'm gonna be watching Shin Godzilla. Probably see it a couple times. And it's another movie that takes a lot of beats from Jaws. Jaws defined the monster genre for a back then modern audience in the 70s. You know, because Godzilla has been around forever. You know, Godzilla came out in '54 and had huge success with what it did, even internationally. It did numbers. And then, of course, before Godzilla, there was King Kong in the 20s, and that was, or not 20s, but the when was King? It was 30. No, it wasn't that early. 40s. Yeah, it wasn't 30. It was 33. Yeah. In 1933. And and that was also one of those films that's a pretty much a perfect movie as well. The original King Kong slaps, and I've never been a huge fan of Kong, but I love the original. And I didn't care too much for Peter Jackson's remake. He did it with love, that's for sure. And I've watched the fight scene between the D-Rexes and King Kong. I don't know, countless times on YouTube. Just because that whole sequence, the CGI for the time period looks as perfect as it can possibly be, to the maximum extent of perfection that they had back in those days. But I hate the length. and I'm not a huge fan of Jack Black in that movie in particular. But one thing that stands out about Peter Jackson's King Kong is the fact that he put so much love and effort into making that flick. They even had a deleted scene where there was when King Kong shakes the man off of the giant tree bridge that they jerry rig up, and they try to get across to cross the ravine, and then King Kong comes by, picks it up, and then shakes them off, and they get thrown down into that pit. Well, originally there was supposed to be we're talking about the 30s version. There was originally supposed to be a continuation of that where you see them fall and they get attacked by all sorts of creatures and bugs and nasty stuff there, but that got cut for production reasons, and from the 30s, from the original one. And there's a very infamous, you can find it on YouTube, I believe. There's a very infamous DVD feature from Peter Jackson's King Kong that they actually went and redid the deleted scene from the original movie in the style of the 30s, and stop motion, the same camera, same lens, same exposure, everything. Peter Jackson did that. It's like, what the heck? And if you're sitting there watching it, you're like, oh my god, this is about as authentic it can possibly be in the modern era. Like, that's the level of care that he put into his remake. But the movie's just too damn long, man. It's too long. Jack Black is awkward as Jack Driscoll. I think that's the biggest thing that I don't like about that. It's just that I like Jack Black. You know, I'm a Tenacious D fan. I like some of the movies that Jack Black is in, but this one felt like just a weird casting to me. We are absolutely dominating here. Truth be told, I had no idea how much HP or how little HP we've had. Yeah, those are not phenomenal. Stars card's gonna take us randomly here in the dark chest. Take Tech Point Fizzle. Get a Tears upgrade and another damage upgrade. That's a huge Tears upgrade for us having Polyphemus. This run really came together, man. Look at that. We go straight to the boss, too. This run, the game wants no part of this run at all. Yeah, Tech Point 5 plus Backstabber, the icing on the cake here. Then Ghost Pepper is just frying everything. Wow, okay, game. Sure thing. Yep, okay, sure thing, Lamb. Sure thing. Nah, no victory lap today. I think I'm just going to take it easy here. Wow, what a run. I go back to the play of the episode. Definitely was on floor 1. I think that floor 1 was the quintessential perfect play that we could have made there, and executing it down like that, playing that sack room, everything kind of fell into place. And it's not like whenever something like that happens, I have a plan in mind immediately, because I haven't seen the rest of the floor or anything like that. But that is the result of me knowing some strategy, like, you know, hey, we got to get a lot of stuff on the ground. We have this starting with the D20. Let's find some value out of that. And when you start to think about Isaac like that, and you see potential avenues, some routes that you can go with your strategy, I promise you that you're going to start seeing an improvement in your numbers. You're going to start to see improvement in your streaks and all that kind of good stuff. So, and unlocks as well. So thank you for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Very powerful run here. I don't think we needed to run it back with a victory lap for now. We're going to take the quadruple tap at the end with the lamb there as the sign. So thank you, everybody. Have a great, I'm glad you had a great, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a great start to this week here in the Mosh Pit. And remember, I talked about the Patreon. So sign up, patreon.com/Invicta, if you want access to the Randomizer app beta test. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like FaZe David, Alvin Sheldon, and Isaac Johnson. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.